Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of our sequence of videos on ice-free Android. I'm TP Raman.
And I'm Charles Chen.
So we left off on the end of the last episode by leaving you with a teaser about the contact manager phonebook portion of the talking dialer. So that's where we'll pick up. So the talking dialer actually has two modes. By default it starts in dialing mode and you can switch to phonebook mode by hitting the menu button. It's a toggle, so you can basically toggle between the two modes. When you're in the phonebook, your list of contacts pops up. If you have very few contacts, then you can just scroll through the contacts and hit the call button to call the current contact. So let's show you that.
Okay.
So scroll. So notice that scrolling through the contacts basically speaks the name of the contact and the type of contact, whether it's a cell number, it's personal, whatever, right? So this is nice, but of course most users have more than a few contacts, and so you need a quick way to skim through and filter contacts. You could do what the default contact manager on Android does, which is open up the QWERTY keyboard and hit a couple of letters and filter it down that way. But remember, one of the initial goals for the design of Marvin and the ice-free project was that you would do as much as possible with one hand without looking at the screen, and it's very difficult to use the QWERTY keyboard with one hand. So what can we do with the touch screen that allows one-handed input of letters? So the previous video we showed you the stroke dialer and showed you how we could do numbers with it. Let's sort of apply that same approach of using relative positioning to do letters. This time, instead of thinking of it as a phone keypad, think compass directions. So think north and south as a pair, east and west as a pair, northeast and southwest as a pair, and northwest and southeast as a pair. So you have 4 pairs. We're doing this out of Google, so let's associate 4 mnemonic colors with those, one with each pair. So a red, a blue, a green, and a yellow. We have about 26 letters in the alphabet, and you need a few more punctuations and useful things like a space character and so on. So let's say we put 8 letters on each of these colors. So think a red circle, a blue circle, a green circle, and a yellow circle. And visualize arranging the letters of the alphabet on those 4 circles. We'll show you a screen layout that demonstrates this mapping. It shows up whenever you touch the screen. So notice that as I touch the screen here, you see a red A, a blue B, a blue I, a green Q, a yellow Y. And notice that you also see a red E, a blue M, a green U. What this is showing you is that these letters have been put in these circles, and to dial we basically trace to the circle that you want and then trace along it. So to dial R, which is the first letter of my name, you would first enter the circle you need to, which is the green circle. So you'd go to Q, and then notice that it said that in a woman's voice. Now trace along the circle, and now it said R. That's what you want. You pick up your finger.
No contacts found.
So in this case there was no contact starting with an R, but if there had been, you would jump to that contact. Notice that this time we did a T and it jumped to the first contact that had it started with a T, and it jumped to my name as TV Raman. So the idea is very simple. You basically pick the circle and then you trace along that circle and you pick up your finger. Now what's nice about this organization is that even though we've put 8 letters on each circle, because you can enter each circle at either the top or the bottom, what this means is that typically any letter that you want is at most 3 steps away. And I say at most because most letters are actually only 1 or 2 steps away. So if we wanted to do M, for instance, you would just stroke down and it's on the blue circle, so you just stroke down and you get an M. So notice that M is just one step. Similarly, if you wanted to do an H, H is on the red circle. But you don't have to trace all the way around the circle, because you can go up to the A and then go counterclockwise and you get to H with one step.
H. H-O contacts
So
found.
notice that it immediately tells you whether there are contacts starting with that letter, otherwise it jumps to that group. So this input technique is very, very quick. Typically what you do is that you at most enter 1 or 2 letters this way and then quickly use the scroll wheel and you get to the contact that you want. Our hope is to use this over time for doing many more types of text input. We've demonstrated this for the contact manager because it proves really useful here. Thank you for watching and have fun dialing. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.